Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of April 11th, 2021. Thank you very much for being here. Much appreciated. Let's see. Anything else for, oh boy, would have been a mess. Any other messages for Virgo? Okay. Let's see what you got. Huh. Wow. Interesting week you got coming up, Virgo. 8 of Pentacles. Hard at work. Work, right? Very focused on work. That's what it's about. Doing your thing, just working. Interestingly enough, the card that came up with it, though, is the Tower card. The Tower card is usually that thing that happens that sets things, well, I would say set things right, but it's not necessarily just setting things right. It makes you make a change that you didn't necessarily expect to make just yet, but it's probably a change, or not probably, but 9 times out of 10, those unexpected changes are things that should have happened, and now you don't have a choice. So in some of the 8 of Pentacles, there's a smile on the person's face. And this one, he's not smiling, he's just focused. And I'm drawn to the fact that he has dark circles around his eyes. So this leads me to believe that you're just working too much. Now, in the mix, that last card that popped out was the Ace of Cups. You know what the Ace of Cups is, right? Well, I think it's interesting that you go from working hard to a Tower moment to the Ace of Cups, because I think of it as a progression. So just for the heck of it, because I know that there are some Virgos who like to give me a hard time about this, we're going to read this book's version of the Ace of Cups. Stream of life. Okay. Oh, bright beginnings. Is it the heady start of a love affair? You feel tremendous joy and optimism, fertility and abundance. So I want to say, now this is interesting. I was listening to an astrologer who talked about Virgos possibly getting a great offer in work and changing. So this to me is interesting because it looks like what you're doing, you're hard at work, you're doing a lot of, but something happens and whatever goes wrong actually leads to a bright new beginning. It's an interesting mix of work and love. So this is either something that involves your work that you love doing, which is very possible, or could possibly be for some Virgo out there that your work leads to a Tower moment that leads to a new beginning in a love relationship. But of course, there's more than one person watching. I'm not doing this for a specific person, so I imagine there's a couple of stories in there. So Virgo, not surprised you're working a lot. Not surprised by the Tower moment. The Ace of Cups, I guess, let me know what your new beginning ends up being. And I am going to be getting you a, actually, I didn't get you any other tarot cards. Let's see if they want to clarify. Whoa, okay then. I was going to ask for some clarification here, and we're just getting lots of cards popping out here. So Virgo, wow. So interestingly enough, you've been keeping yourself trapped, doing the monkey mind, as I call it, overthinking. You're not to the anxiety because you haven't even let yourself out. You're not really paying attention to the anxiety. You're kind of just keeping yourself in the dark about what's causing you anxiety. But this is saying you need to make a new start. Page of Swords. He always makes me think of that little devil that has that attitude that says, I'm going to do it and I can do it and blah, blah, blah. Could be a new way of thinking because it is a page and it is a sword and it is thinking. Could also mean that you are having a new start and dealing with either a Capricorn, because it is the devil, or you're dealing with toxic behavior. I know my share of Virgos with toxic behaviors. Toxic, taboo could be what would be considered like your addictions or taboo behaviors, things like that, which would make a lot of sense here because you are going through a tower moment. Maybe your tower moment with the Eight of Pentacles and the new beginning, maybe that is due to a addiction or a codependent relationship. There are so many things here that could be devil related. But unless you look and decide to make this new start, and if you notice, he is facing the devil. To me, it almost looks like he's going to battle the devil. You know, take off the blinder, undo those 8 swords, pick up one of them, and fight your demons. Because that's what it looks like is happening here. Maybe that's the tower moment. That's what you need to happen. Because when it happens, when you fight the demon, you get the 10 of Pentacles. This is everything that's happy in a family with stability. You know, it's generational wealth, but it's happiness, it's stability. But I think it's very appropriate when you look at the cards together how this is going to go. And now this tower moment makes a lot more sense. And the working. Because maybe what you're doing is you're working on your addictions. Maybe you're deciding to take off that blindfold. Take off that blindfold. Face those addictions. Which, of course, is definitely going to feel like a tower moment. Because it's not going to be pleasant. And it is going to take work. But it is a new beginning in your life. A new beginning that leads to the 10 of Pentacles. So, Virgo, that's some week you have. But I have to say, with the new moon happening tonight in the in America, I'm in the woo. Wow. So with the new moon starting, that I would say this is perfect timing for you to begin this. Let's see here. Spellcasting Oracle cards. Can I get a card for Virgo? Card for Virgo. 4. Oh, 2. Greedy, aren't you? Inspiration. I feel like you are inspired, and interestingly enough, it's something in your gut. Now, take this literally, and this inspiration for this battle to fight your demons, this new start with facing your demons, could be something physical. Look at where the light is. Is there something going on? If you have an addiction, that's a good possibility, which leads to finding. There's a butterfly here. This is about transformation and being happy with yourself. Look at how happy she is. This is, and she's holding her own heart. And it's so interesting because it's very, very reminiscent of the 2 of Swords. But there's no swords in her hands. This is about loving oneself, not about protecting it, but about loving. And it's a transformation. Because if you have been going through this, you definitely need to learn how to love yourself. And that pain, discomfort may be your inspiration. So, Virgo, you have a wicked week here. Wicked in a good way. Rough, tough, but I would say well worth the effort. So, good luck to you. Please thumbs up, subscribe, and all the best. Bye, Virgo.